Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is a SK120 DC buck boost converter, just a fancy way of saying it's a DC power supply. And it takes an input voltage of 6 to 36 volt, an output of 0 to 36 volts, and a maximum of 6 amps or 120 watts out. And this is just a 3D printed case found on printables. And I just added, the terminals here, the banana terminals, little switch. And for the input, I have two ways. We have a PD trigger, which is set to 20 volts. If it can't get 20 volts, it negotiates to the next highest. And the other option is a XT60 input. So at the moment, there is a problem with it. I'll demonstrate it. So I'll turn on, I have a little 12 volt accessory to XT60, which powers this. So if I click that on, it will turn on. Great. That's fine, right? But the issue is, if we look over here, we have power into the PD trigger module. Now that may or may not be an issue, but we don't want that power going into the module because that's power loss and might ruin it. But so far I haven't experienced any problems with it since it's been backfeeding power. But yeah, we want to prevent that from happening. So to prevent that from happening, we will use a little thing which I can find, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. It is a diode, and a diode allows or stops, it only allows power or current flowing in one direction. So the current will flow towards the stripe here. This is a 10 amp Shottky diode, and I believe Shottky diodes have less of a voltage drop. So yeah, the problem with diodes is that yes, they only allow one way of current, but you suffer a voltage loss. So Schottky diodes don't have as much voltage drop, but I don't really particularly care too much because if I'm getting 20 volts here and I only get 18 volts, that's fine because this accepts between 6 and 36 volts. So we are going to wire this in on the positive side, and we're going to put it like this because we only want power to come in through USB and power the SK120, not the other way around. So as you can see, the LED light is on there. I will put that into there and I'll loop you back in. All right, so I've opened the back of the case to see how I can put this in the most elegant way. And I think I'm just going to put it in line here. I think I might solder it in. Before I solder it, I'll use an inline joiner before I permanently solder it in place. From the output of the PD trigger board, we're going into this little inline joiner, just temporary, and the bands on this side flowing towards the SK120 module. So in theory, it can't go back down the other way. So we'll turn on the power. We heard the thing turn on. There we go. And the LED light is no longer on. So problem solved. Let's solder this in. Actually, before I solder in, let's test the if I can get power in through the PD trigger board with this in. Okay, I've got a USB-C connection from a MacBook Pro charger. There we go. And it's powered on, so that works. So we're all good. I'll solder it in and loop you back in. Okay, there it is, into the WAGO connector and soldered up there with some nice heat shrink. Let's turn on the external power. And there we go. Perfect, problem solved. So there we go, guys. That is how you prevent backfeeding into a module using a Schottky diode. So this is showing the voltage drop when using the Schottky diode. So it's about 19 volts now instead of 20. And from my multimeter, getting 19.6. So it's about a 0.6 of a volt drop using the Shottky diode, so that's not too bad. Very useful device in electronics. I'll leave a link to this SK120 in the video description, and the diode, and the printables case for all this, because it's a really useful device to have. It always sits up on my workbench here. Catch you in the next video. Bye for now.